Welcome to another episode on my Arduino MegaADK. In combination with an Android tablet, a bit dated one, but that's all I have. And the final objective is to control the Android tablet with the Arduino, or vice versa, who knows. But for now I am using the board just to control some electronics, as I've done with the Mega 2560, and I'm still doing that. And as yet I am getting to grips on controlling and programming this one. And with this I will start. Last time I managed to be able to get a mouse button programmed, but often it ends in some error. So let me try. Oh, by the way, I have a new version. It's just a bug release, I think, because the last version was 3.3.5 and this is 3.3.6, and that usually says it's just a bug release. Anyway, let's see if this is working somehow. It is installing, but will it run as well? And right now it is just the user interface, and there it says, well, the Play Store is stopped, but the program itself is running. And it is too bad for the shining and reflection, but when I press on this, you see that this ellipse is changing orientation, and you see here some square appearing. At least that's the idea, yes. Now, one problem I have now is that I have to press too many times because I should be pressing once and then it happens, and instead you see whatever happens. I don't like this. So what I want to do is try to get this thing a little bit running nicely. But how to do that? That's a very big question. Now the point is that this line is not being printed at all. That may be caused by, let's just say, misorientation, but more likely it's not printed at all. So let's see whatever happens. This is nicely done. And then if mouse pressed, and let's see about this one, because this has if mouse pressed as well, and this is the example I am kind of using. If mouse pressed, that is just a thing, and you see how quick it happens in this example. So why does it happen so quick here? Is it really, do I have to say no stroke? Could be, I have no idea yet. And that should be in the setup, no stroke. So let me say here no stroke. What effect does it have? Just trying out. And the sketch is successfully launched on the device. Oh, right. Wait. Look at this position. Well, that is, if it comes again, there is really this mouse clicked text, I think. Yes. Mouse clicked quite clearly, so it's there. But but the no stroke, I have to find out what it does really. Right, no stroke means that it will not draw an outline. Do I want that? I don't care. So I remove it, and then because the mouse click is really very small on screen, I would say make this some kind of 60. Now, well, let's make it 50 anyway. Then I want it to stay on screen for some time. So I know in Python it is delay. So $1,000. Well, it does not error. So, and it seems to be quite interactive and intuitive. So I assume by now that delay is a valid instruction. I just hope that 1000 is indeed 1 second. Let's find out. Starting sketch. So oh dear. So with the new version of processing, that hasn't changed. Although it says it is launched on the device, there's something else. Because I had to re-enter, and yes, come on. Oh, this is not nice. Oh, system doesn't respond. Do you want to close? Okay, script has been stopped. Now I'm done. Apparently a first time for everything. Alright. Let's go. And this is very annoying that these things happen. Installing sketch. Now I have something that works, but does it indeed work? I think it is working even worse than it did. Installing Sketch, yes, right. Be my guest. Starting. Right. I want to see something, which is not going to happen. Nope. Script has been stopped. Alright. New attempt. And I really wonder why this happens so much. Starting, launched. Yeah, right. Not really. And there we go. It is stopped again. But I want to have this in it, this line, and at least try it once successfully. And as yet that hasn't happened yet. Install Sketch. And yes, again. So what is it anyway? Fatal exception, animation thread. It is about an animation thread. But why does it work one time and why doesn't it work another time? That is what I do not get. Anyway, final attempt then. Final part for processing. Let's hope it goes a little better this time. Installing a sketch, and again no go. And it goes wrong on animation, or is it? Animation thread. So where's this animation located? It goes now more often wrong than right, and that's very, very annoying, because in these cases you can't test anything properly. And as you know by now, if you have watched my videos, then I show you everything. It works, although the text mouse click here is not holding for a delay. And there it goes again. So this proves that delay, although a valid one, is not holding. Yeah, it's not holding at all. So how do I get it? Right here maybe? Yeah, an integer, I know. What I could do, of course, is find the same thing here now and say, alright, I want to have JavaScript 1s and find for delay function, how to create a delay function. I don't know, I don't care. Put the delay in JavaScript. Set timeout. Set timeout, and that goes for alright. I didn't so going back here, oops, set time out. And then this doesn't really work, because it needs to have some more. And that is not what I'm going to do. Not the same way. So whatever delay is, it's out of now. Final attempt for now. So if I want to delay, I should not do it this way. It has to be, it will be more complicated. Will this work for now? No, it will not. Alright. You've seen how this works for now. Mouse click is working, not with a bigger font. That's not working. And it crashes for some reason if I press it too many times after another, so that's unfortunate. Anyway, time for the board and electronics. And as said, it's time for the board with some electronics. As usual, I had first to change ownership of the TTY ACM0. ACM0 because the port indication of the Arduino software indicates I am on ACM1. Hence, I have this to do. With that done, I can check for the working of all the electronics and see if everything still works as intended, and I already see one tiny difference. And the difference has everything to do with this. So let's see if the serial monitor is working. Well, now it says everything of A0 and A1, this one and this one, is low. So let's see if that is can be changed, and I have to get this right. This probe I have was unluckily placed, so let's see. Pressing 1 says it's still, oh, it remains low. That is not the idea. So how can I change that? Now it is high. I'm pressing the second one and it is high, and A2 says high now. So now everything works. I release A0 and I release A1. I press them both and that's good. So it still works. Now what I have done as well is putting everything in schematics, and if you have watched my other videos as well, and then I mean from other projects, this may come as no surprise. So in electronic schematics, this is what is happening. This is the oldest. From power to switch with a resistor to ground, and then one wire to input A0. It's a make contact, of course. Then it makes by software that pin 5 is making sure that this red LED is going to burn, also connected via a resistor to ground. Same thing for this button, connected to 5 volt and via resistor to ground, but also when it is made input to a 1, after which contact 6 is making sure that the green LED is going to burn, connected again with a resistor to ground. What I want to make new is an RC circuit, and for that I need a wire from pin 7 to switch 3 yet to be placed, to resistor 5 yet to be placed, to capacitor 1 yet to be placed, and it will lighten up another LED. And a lesson I learned recently is that I better use an ordinary capacitor instead of an electrolytic one. Electrolytic capacitors have plus and minus, ordinary ones don't. They are just equal pins, so I'm going to use that one. I do have a switch, I do have a resistor, I do have a capacitor, I do have an LED. Do I have a jump wire? That is a good question. I'm afraid not yet, so that's going to be a nice experiment. So that is to be done. Up to making something. The hardware has been placed, but with a few minor changes, one of which is the exact components. Quite similar to the rest of the circuit, like this. I have put another resistor in between, so this becomes resistor 6, and then of course a bit of wiring here, and then because of the location of these components I chose another pin. So is this going to work? Well, I have to program it first, because as yet output 2 has is not programmed yet. So let me go there. Oh, by the way, let me show you, and I have to show everything, of course. Yellow wire from 2 going here, make switch like these two, then resistor, capacitor, LED, and another resistor. And the second resistor is then according to the schematics to ground. So how do we do that? A digital out pin. It's 2. Then of course pin mode setting to output, and really what should it do to output? Well, analog write, of course, and then some value, although it doesn't really matter, but well, there's an LED involved, so let's make it a high value, and then let's just say analog write to 512, whatever, and then see whatever happens. So this will be independent of this circuit. Whatever I do here, it won't affect this one, and vice versa. So everything is set. Upload. That is not nice. A timeout. That means once again that I have to disconnect it from the power, and I do that by disconnecting either this side or the other side of the cable. Disconnect and connect. Yes, timeout communicating. So this also implies that I now have to find out which port it is on. As yet the same one. So is it still the same one? It doesn't have a T2Y. So which one does it have? 0 and 2. Well, 0 is still the Android, so I am assuming it is this one, but then this one doesn't comply at all. So that means that I have to close it. Yeah, I have to close it, restart it, change ownership, and try again. Right, final part of this video, and I'm already getting out of the running time. As said, restart, change ownership again, ACM2, and now it has uploaded correctly. So now the question is, does it actually work? I do not see anything working. So let me increase to maximum value. Again a timeout, but done uploading. That's one positive thing. Okay, it may just be that this LED isn't working properly, or that any of the contacts like this capacitor is not making any contact. Anyway, that is it for now. So whatever is the cause that the last thing does not work, not quite sure. No errors, well, except for the timeout, but it's done uploading. This is the latest extension. What could be is that this wire isn't correct, but I assume it is for now. So with processing still not quite as accurate, and the this new electronics not working yet. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Give thumbs up, like it. Follow me on Twitter, retweet and like. Follow me on Instagram. Please donate to keep videos coming your way. More information on my website. And this is obviously going to be continued. So, bye bye.